Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Connector, connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. Treasure Coast Connector is the talk show and online community where we put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources and then connect them to you, the consumers in the community. Everyone has an interesting story of why they do what they do. When we learn about what's happening in our own backyard and support local businesses, it strengthens our local economy. For information on the show, links to promos, discounts, past interviews, check out my website, www.tcconnector.com. Our hair is our crowning glory, and when it looks good, we feel great. And having healthy, strong, shiny hair is what we desire, but it doesn't necessarily have to harm our environment as well. Joining me in the studio today is Natalie Page of OMG Beauty Products. She has a line of hair care that is healthy for our hair, good for the environment, and it uses ingredients, the very best ingredients that science and nature has to offer. Natalie is here to tell us how we can have an amazing hair day every day. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ellen. It's very nice to be here.
Yeah. One of the first things that when I met you that I thought of was how your hair is always so beautiful.
Thank you.
Every time I see you, and that's really hard for us women at times, but you're a hairstylist as well. You have a very interesting background, right? But what made you want to start this line of OMG Beauty Products?
Well, I've always been really interested in the ingredients in what we use in the salon. I come from a career of hairdressing. I did my apprentice in England. And then I worked in a salon where we had really quality products, but we're talking quite a long time ago. Then I took a little break. Studio, and there I had my choice of what I was going to use in the way of hair color. And I became involved in a hair color company that specialized in healthier, more organically minded hair color, and became an educator. And that made me think a lot more about what is in the products that we're using, because when you educate, you're going to get asked questions. So you need to know. It's not good enough just to say, this is going to be great for you or that. So you have to know. So I just love product, even when I was starting out as an apprentice, I would go to the health food store in my town growing up in England and just love the smell of, could be the walnuts, could be some oil over here, I'd come home with some stuff and my parents would look at me and definitely think I was slightly nutty as well, So, but I wasn't thinking then in hair products, but then back to the story now, I really was thinking, why are these ingredients in there? Why did that company choose those particular ingredients? It's like a cake recipe sometimes, there's different ingredients that work well together, different reasons, there's a lot of different choices out there. So it was really important. So I just was really excited about bringing a product to line that could make it more simpler for women to make a choice, because my line is not very complicated. And I realized in the salon when some of the reps from larger companies, would talk to me about like carrying a retail product line, which they really want you to. Sure. Of course, naturally, because so it was like, but it became complicated. And I think it was even complicated for me as a stylist, just such a plethora of everything.
Yeah. Because there is a science behind it, but you are like rebranding and launching. So I brought in a bottle of, and if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, I'm sorry, I'm not French. It's Rubis, and it's a sparkling wine from France that I picked up at the cellar on Flame Vine and Ocean Drive. Paige Dupuis's place. So we'll just do another little cheers, to all of this wonderful work that you're doing. Can we reach around the microphones? Yes, we can.
To a good hair day.
Absolutely. To a good hair day indeed. So now I'm just going to take a quick sip because when you do a cheers, you have to sip. Okay? It's just, I think that it's necessary.
Yes, it is.
So, okay, so now I mentioned that our hair is our crowning glory, right? And there are some people that I have met that are not necessarily working outside and getting dirty every day. Maybe they're working in an office and they feel the need. And if their hair is a little bit longer, they're like, oh, I wash and I style my hair every day. And it's not short, so they're not getting it cut very often. And, how often should people wash their hair?
Well, I think that, sometimes people are like that. They're very habitual. They don't even think. They just jump in the shower, wash their hair. And, there's a lot of people who don't like to have to work the blow dryer and finish. That's hard work, actually. So, but I think it's important to just maybe think for a couple of seconds, why am I washing my hair today? Can I go another day? It's not, the reason that we wash our hair is to cleanse the scalp.
Right.
That is it. It's not about the mid-lengths and ends, because when you shampoo, you're massaging the scalp, you're cleaning the scalp. When you rinse out,
the soap carries through.
Yeah, the diluted shampoo is going down through the hair, and that's really all it needs. So we're cleaning the scalp. If you have an oily scalp, or even if it's a normal scalp, you would pick something like the volume shampoo, which is lightweight. Okay, so it's lightweight, made for more frequent washing, which would be someone who, after a couple of days, they feel their hair a little bit of oil in the scalp. Okay. And so, when we're younger, we have a little bit more oily scalp for the most part. And as we get a little older, it's a drier scalp, depending, on our health condition. So, a drier scalp's not going to have so much oil stuck at the scalp and attracting dirt. And, it can be a little bit of an odor there too. So we know when. So, if you're a frequent washer because you sweat, you work outside, you have an active lifestyle, you're going to have to use a lightweight shampoo.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then there's a trend where women, it seems to be mostly with women, that they're not using shampoo at all. They just rinse their hair every day. What do you think about that?
There's actually no research of any beneficial results of just rinsing with water. And for those that like to do it, I say, do you have one of those filters on the end of your shower spigot, the shower head in your bathroom? Because in the water that comes from the city water, it has a lot of minerals. Yeah. So you're really only, unless you have the filter on there, which is really good for everyone, then you're just kind of like flashing some minerals through your hair. And mineral buildup is damaging too. So, and also by just rinsing the hair, you're not getting any benefit from your shampoo. The ingredients in your shampoo are designed to help create a healthy scalp with botanicals, such as in the product range here would be like nettle extract, waratah extract, elderflower. Nettle extract is extremely good for scalp conditions where the follicle is shrinking, which can happen with age, which is where hair loss begins to start. So those ingredients that are in our shampoo to address our scalp, and it's different for the conditioner, but our scalp is where we're putting that attention when we're washing. So same with just co-washing with a conditioner. Yeah. My partner, he has wiry, coarse hair, but and he shampoos every day. He's a nurse, so he's in the hospital. So he doesn't shampoo, he showers every day, and he just puts the conditioner in there to hold it down because it's wiry. Okay. And that's fine. But after about 5 days, the scalp needs to be cleaned. Yes.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you cleared that up, right? And then, so now we're here in Florida. We're taping this show on the Treasure Coast, but we have a lot of vacationers. We have our snowbirds And then because this is on podcasts, people are listening to this like all over the place and live stream. They're watching it. So when it comes to the extreme temperatures of heat and cold, what advice do you have for people in those types of climates based on like the hair care line that you have? Like, what do you recommend?
Well, same thing, depending on what is going on in your life. If you're in a cold environment, you can address the needs of what the cold does to your hair. And in the same thing down in Florida here, we tend to perspire more. We perspire from the scalp.
Doing that right now.
Yeah.
Studio lights.
So if you perspire, usually a little sebum is there too. So again, a lightweight volume shampoo. But then, if your scalp is dry just because of maybe hormone changing, things like that, is so address the needs of the scalp, and you'll know if your scalp is dry and itchy, and you're going to know if your scalp is oily, and it can be oily and itchy too. So, in the product range that I have, it's very simple to figure what your needs, how they can be addressed.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I think we're going to do? I'm looking at the time. So this is a perfect time to like stop for a commercial, because we're going to get into the product line and formulations and stuff after our break. So for those of you that want to know more, you got to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington Home during our winter sale and President's Day event now through February 28th at Sunshine Furniture. Sophisticated looks with a mix of contemporary, coastal, and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama Home offers everything you need for your personal paradise. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom, dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best, Barcalonger, Hooker, Universal, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your patio or lanai, including a gallery of Lloyd Flanders, Berlin Garden, Woodard, Hollywood, Brown Jordan, Windward, and Kingsley Bate. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I've been chatting with Natalie Page of OMG Beauty Products all about hair, that every day can be an amazing hair day. And what I forgot to do for those that are listening on the radio is, because people that are watching this can see your contact information, so your website and your phone number.
Right.
How do the listeners?
You can go directly to my website, which is www.omgbeautyproducts.com, and my telephone number is 772-634-7846. So you can reach me either on the website or by the telephone or text, and you need some extra help. There I am.
Perfect. Yeah, because sometimes people may have a question after looking at the website, so that's great. So now we were talking about weather extremes, like with cold and hot, but here in Florida, there are times where I will be in the pool and then I'm in the ocean. Sometimes it's the same day. We love being outdoors. Saltwater, we just love the ocean. Who doesn't love to loll around? I'm a good pool loller.
Right.
Really good at that.
Yeah.
Professional at that. So what happens with our hair? Like what can we do to minimize the damage?
That's a really good question. And I would see the same instance with doing hair, can color clients' hair, but we like to be out in the outdoors lifestyle. We like to be in the pool, boating, everything. So, and I myself, I'm a diver. And so, one of the, it's not a product that I produce, but a product that I endorse in my salon and would definitely recommend to all my clients in the Florida lifestyle, or if they're going on vacation, spending more time than normal. And that would be the AquaGuard.
If you hold it up into that camera straight ahead,
this is a pre-swim defense for your hair. And I would get clients say that, I just put loads of conditioner in my hair, but the science behind the AquaGuard is different. Okay, it is designed with ingredients to work together to bind to the hair as moisture retention.
Okay,
and you can reapply it all day. So actually,
it's kind of like sunscreen for our skin then.
Yes, it has UV protection and it's reef safe. So when I go for like a week of diving in the Caribbean, it goes with me always, because, if I'm diving all day at a resort and then I come back at night, I want to dress up and I want my hair to look nice. I don't want to come back from vacation and have to fix my hair. So
that's true. And you just said it was safe for the reef.
Reef safe, and it has UV protection, and it's loaded with a lot of butters and ingredients that are like, they're just formulated to work well together. So you would apply it into damp hair. And of course, what you can do is, if you're at the beach or at the pool, is maybe braid your hair if it's long hair. So work it in and braid the hair. Because one of the damaging things about being in the ocean, the water, or on the boat traveling, or with the top of your car down, is friction. And friction is where your hair is loose and it's flowing in the wind and it's knotting up, gnarling up. Same when you swim, same when you're diving, it just like mats up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're going to try and brush it, so you're doing some mechanical damage. So, braiding your hair and putting this in there, or tying it back in a sleek ponytail with a couple of bands, helps to hold the product in.
That's great. I have a friend of mine that has gorgeous blonde hair. She drives a super cool royal, like deep purple convertible. Yeah. And she has a pool in her backyard. Okay, so she's gonna call me later. Be like, I need that. So
put it in, braid your hair.
Yeah.
You can reapply, and when you think about it, if you're at the beach, you have the sun there that's creating some warmth. So it's actually helping the product to go deeper into the hair shaft and work better. So and then it's rinsable at the end of the day.
Okay, so that's wonderful. I'm looking, and we're doing okay with our time. Okay. So what I want to do, because there's another thing of advice that I want to get into with processing heat and chemical and stuff, but I do want to give some time to this line, because this is carefully curated by you. You're a stylist, so you understand what women and men go through. So explain about the different, because on the website, I was like, oh, look at this. Like, you've ticked off all the boxes of different types of hair. But tell us about the different hair types that this addresses, and then talk about some of the products too.
Okay. Well, the simple part about the shampoo, and in this product line, I only have a volume or everyday shampoo. They're the same thing, So a lightweight shampoo. We just talked about that, and the moisture shampoo. So that's the scalp taken care of. So then the conditioner is what takes care of the rest of the hair. Okay, and that's where we have the dryness. That's where the hair's been stressed. So you have the moisture conditioner, and you have the volume, the lightweight conditioner for fine hair. So that's a 2-minute process, putting it in and rinsing it out. So it actually doesn't stay on the hair very long. It's detangling the hair. And so then where you can really help your hair is in the treatment part of the product.
Oh, yes.
Okay. What you put in, what you cocktail together, because you're going to adjust what you need to what is going on with your hair. For example, if I just have my highlights done, I know my hair's a little drier until it settles down from the pH level that's raised from, the lightening process.
Sure.
So you're going to adjust it. So that's why not, one product can't do everything. So first of all, you're always going to need, no matter what the situation is a lightweight detangler. And that would be, I named this one First Aid, because it's like the first thing you put on the hair. It's a detangler, and you spritz it on. And the thing about when you spritz on a product like this, you want to leave it, 10, 15 seconds for it to go in before you start brushing it through. It needs to be absorbed in the hair. We tend to be in a rush and spritz and brush, let it get into the hair. Okay. And and then you would use a little of the oil right here. This is a miracle oil, and that is a combination of argan oil with some macadamia and a light silicone, a little bit of that in there. Believe it or not, we do need some of that.
Okay.
We're protecting the hair. So that, but again, you're just going to put it on the areas where it needs it. So it's quite simple. I cocktail in my hair too a little bit of the Rescue 911. That's a leave-in conditioner. It's packed with botanicals and jojoba oil, which is a lightweight. It mimics our sebum the most. In fact, if we could bottle our sebum, that's the best thing for our hair.
Yeah, because it's not going to weigh it down.
It will not weigh it down.
Yeah.
These are designed to be absorbed by our dry ends, and most of us do have dry ends because of age.
Do.
So, and also it's
I'm
consistency.
Just looking at my hands.
And it's consistency. You've got to do it every time you shampoo. If you have frizzy hair that's prone to frizzy, which is usually more the drier, coarse hair, this product right here, the Smooth Operator, this one is a styling cream. It's helps when you style to help control the frizzy. So it's a little thicker, and this one's a little thinner.
And you know what I'm doing? I'm looking at the time, so I want to make sure, because your website has a lot of detailed information,
yes, it does,
right?
Yeah.
So I wanted people that were listening to understand, regardless of the hair type, you've got something for everyone.
Yeah.
But for those that are listening, people can purchase online here in the U.S., but how about abroad as well? Right now,
I don't
it's just the
really
US.
promote abroad because you know what, the shipping gets awfully expensive. But I do have a young man in Holland who buys a batch at a time of the molding paste.
All right. So
I don't know how he found me, but he got it, and
so that's why I wanted to mention it. It's the power of the interwebs. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but online, so it's omgbeautyproducts.com. And I also want to make sure I don't forget this little bottle. I love this so much because, of course, we know when we're buying a luxury fragrance, it has that lasting power. But then when you go into like a drugstore and you see a little body spray, it lasts for 5 minutes, but not yours. So this is the Toasted Coconut Midnight Amber. I don't know how many bottles I have gone through, and I practically knocked you over, ripped it out of your hand, and it's now mine. I know we have 2 minutes, but this has staying power. So I want people to know about this, and it's multiple fragrances.
6 fragrances.
Yeah, and
all on the warm and sensual side. That's what they are. Warm
and sensual. I know. No wonder why my husband is just like, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh.
They can go in your travel bag. Yeah, but they're small enough to go wherever you go.
In my purse, and it lasts forever. So, you know what, we are almost out of time. So what I want to do is I want people to understand that if they are doing a lot of chemical processing, give me like 2 top tips for one for over styling with heat, and then too much color. Give me a tip for each.
I have to keep it to the 2 minutes. But,
we've got like 1 minute. So, yeah.
So you always need a heat shield. You all need to be cocktailing these products.
Okay.
You also need to baby the hair from the very beginning. So I'm going to go real quick.
Okay.
So you want to pick the shampoo, what we have talked about. Okay. When you come out of the shower, you want to wrap your hair in, you need to have a towel, an aqueous hair towel. Okay.
We are, you know what? I am so sorry. We are like out of time. No. But you know what? There's more shows. Maybe we'll have you on again. Natalie, thank you so much, because this is an amazing hair care product line. You have a lot of advice. People can call you. Okay. I want to say thank you for coming on to this show. And for those that are listening and watching, my name is Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. Until next week, I miss you already.